Imagine a place so remote, so hostile, that even your thoughts freeze trying to comprehend it. Now picture this: private jets slicing through the polar sky, mysterious expeditions led by billionaires and elites, all heading to a continent where no one lives, and no one is truly allowed to go. Why? What could possibly lie beneath the ice of Antarctica that makes the world's richest and most powerful people obsess over it? Is it just a quest for scientific discovery, or is there something far older, far more forbidden buried beneath the snow? Ancient pyramids? Lost civilizations? Alien technology? Or the greatest cover-up in human history? In this episode, we journey through the cracks in the ice and the cracks in official narratives to uncover why billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and even John Kerry have made secretive visits to Earth's most inaccessible continent. This is not just about Antarctica. This is about what they know that we don't. Welcome to Ancient Philosopher. And this is the beginning of an unfreezing truth. Antarctica, a land of endless white, no cities, no governments, no civilizations, just 5.4 million square miles of ice, secrecy, and silence. And yet, despite its uninhabitable nature, this frozen wasteland is now at the center of the world's most powerful interests. From tech moguls to military strategists, from ancient historians to conspiracy theorists, everyone wants to know, what is going on in Antarctica? Officially, Antarctica is protected by the Antarctic Treaty system, signed in 1959, which bans military activity, mining, and territorial claims. But think about that for a second. Why would dozens of countries sign a treaty to protect a frozen desert that holds no strategic value? Unless it actually does. The treaty is so strict that no one can even own land on Antarctica, not even billionaires. And yet, they go. Quietly, often in private. Let's start with the facts. In 2016, John Kerry, then U.S. Secretary of State, made a sudden and mysterious trip to Antarctica on election night. In 2018, a private expedition involving Jeff Bezos was quietly tracked heading near the South Pole, under the guise of climate research. Elon Musk, while not publicly documented visiting, has posted cryptic tweets and made major investments in energy technology that aligns with known Antarctic anomalies. Even Prince Harry, Buzz Aldrin, and high-level Vatican officials have visited, each one under circumstances that left more questions than answers. Why would the richest and most powerful on Earth travel to a place with no media, no fame, and no luxury? They're not going there for views or photo ops. They're going for something else, something hidden. Let's go deeper. Did you know Antarctica wasn't always covered in ice? Ancient maps, like the Piri Reis map from 1513, show Antarctica's landmass without ice, with accurate coastlines that weren't discovered by modern science until the 20th century. How could a 16th century Ottoman admiral have drawn Antarctica's true shape, centuries before radar imaging existed? Unless he wasn't the first. Unless someone had seen the real Antarctica long before modern history ever began. Modern satellite data and classified reports have hinted at anomalies beneath the ice. Geometric structures resembling pyramids, massive caverns with unknown heat signatures, magnetic disturbances that interfere with instruments, and the biggest mystery of all, a region called Lake Vostok, buried 2.5 miles under the ice with a sealed ecosystem untouched for millions of years. Scientists aren't just finding ice, they're finding things that shouldn't exist. And billionaires, they're not just visiting, they're investing. So the question becomes, what if Antarctica isn't just a frozen desert? What if it's a portal to our past, to lost civilizations that predate the flood, to technology and knowledge that could change the course of human history? And what if the world's elite already know this? and they're racing to control it before anyone else can. You see, Antarctica isn't just a cold continent. It's a cold case, one that's been buried under ice treaties and secrets for centuries. But the ice is melting, and truth, just like water, always finds a way out. Shall I continue with Chapter 2, The Pyramids Beneath the Ice, Fact or Forbidden Truth? They say the Earth keeps its oldest secrets buried. But what if some of those secrets were intentionally buried? Not by nature, but by those who wanted them forgotten forever. That brings us to one of the most chilling mysteries in all of Antarctica, the pyramids beneath the ice. Yes, you heard that right. Multiple pyramid-like structures have been discovered. Massive, symmetrical, and unmistakably man-made in appearance, under thousands of feet of ice deep within Antarctica's frozen wilderness. Are they just oddly shaped mountains, or the crumbled remains of a forgotten civilization? In 2012, satellite images began surfacing across the internet. Some sourced from Google Earth, others leaked from military databases, showing pyramid-shaped anomalies located in the Ellsworth Mountains. What made these shapes impossible to ignore? Perfect symmetry on all four sides. Triangular faces aligned in cardinal directions, size comparable to the Great Pyramid of Giza. Geologists tried to explain them away as nunataks, natural peaks poking through glaciers. But real experts quietly disagreed. Symmetry of that degree doesn't happen naturally, especially not multiple times side by side. Anonymous geophysicist retired from USGS. What they were seeing looked engineered and old. Here's where it gets even stranger. Egypt has pyramids. Mexico has pyramids. China has pyramids. Still kept off limits by the government. Even Bosnia claims a massive pyramid buried in earth. So why not Antarctica, if we entertain the theory that a global civilization once existed, one with advanced architectural knowledge? Is it really so far-fetched that they would have built on the entire planet, including what is now the South Pole? In fact, there's compelling reason to believe Antarctica wasn't always frozen. Mainstream science confirms that Antarctica once had temperate climates, forests, and possibly human habitation. Fossilized remains of palm trees, ferns, and prehistoric animals have been found. Subglacial lakes, river systems, and even magnetically shielded zones have been detected. Now imagine this. Thousands of years ago, Antarctica was green, and a thriving society, perhaps even the origin point of early human civilizations, lived there, flourished there. Until something happened. A pole shift, a cataclysm, a global reset. Whatever it was, it buried everything under ice, locking away both the ruins and the truth. Over the last 2 decades, several insiders and alleged whistleblowers have come forward with incredible and terrifying claims. A former Navy pilot stated in a redacted 2016 interview that he witnessed large black structures emerging from the ice, impossible to explain by natural formation. Others have mentioned ancient ruins deep beneath the ice shelf, guarded by private contractors and accessed only by elite clearance teams. And perhaps most chilling of all, documents hinting at archaeological digs that unearthed artifacts that predate recorded history by tens of thousands of years. These aren't the claims of random bloggers. Some of these statements came from military insiders, ex-scientists, and retired intelligence officers. Are they telling the truth? Or are they part of a disinformation game to lead us away from what really lies there? Let's rewind the clock to 1946. Just after World War II, the U.S. launched one of the largest expeditions in Antarctic history, Operation Highjump, led by Admiral Richard E. Byrd. Officially, it was a training mission. Unofficially, over 4,700 military personnel, 13 ships, aircraft carriers and military planes. They weren't there to study ice. Many believed they were sent to investigate something else, possibly Nazi activity or anomalies beneath the ice discovered during the war. Byrd's statements after returning were cryptic and disturbing. There is a new enemy, an enemy that can fly from pole to pole in minutes. Admiral Byrd, 1947. What did he mean by that? And why was Operation Highjump abruptly ended months ahead of schedule after encountering resistance? If ancient pyramids or advanced structures do exist beneath Antarctica, the question becomes, what technology is hidden inside them and who wants it? Elon Musk, with his obsession over energy, quantum physics, and Mars colonization, might see Antarctica as a portal to lost technology, the kind that can change energy forever. Bezos and others in the private space industry may believe these pyramids house knowledge or power sources we no longer understand. Some even speculate the ruins may contain zero-point energy devices, interstellar maps, or even non-human artifacts. Is it just fantasy? Or are these billionaires making real moves toward unlocking secrets governments can no longer hide? Beneath the ice of Antarctica, something is stirring. Whether it's forgotten civilizations, suppressed technology, or evidence that humanity has risen and fallen more than once. One thing is clear: where there are pyramids, there is power, and the powerful never ignore power, even if it's buried beneath a mile of ice. To truly understand the mystery of Antarctica, we have to take a cold dive into one of the darkest and most controversial chapters in modern history. Because long before billionaires flew in on private jets, before satellites picked up strange pyramid formations under the ice, there was one group of people who seemed obsessed with Antarctica to a terrifying degree. The Nazis. Yes, Hitler's regime. And what they did, and what they may have discovered in Antarctica, still sends shivers down the spine of military historians, conspiracy researchers, and truth-seekers worldwide. Was the Third Reich simply exploring a new frontier? Or did they stumble upon something so ancient, so powerful, that it changed the course of their war agenda forever? In 1938, just before World War II exploded across Europe, Nazi Germany launched a secret expedition to Antarctica, known as the Neuschwabenland Expedition, led by Captain Alfred Richer. Using a ship called the Schwabenland, armed with military aircraft and over 11,000 expedition flags to claim territory. But they weren't just looking to plant flags. Their aircraft dropped metallic insignias across thousands of square miles, and their mission logs mention massive underground cave systems, strange geothermal heat zones, and structures visible under surface ice. Why would Nazi Germany on the eve of World War be interested in frozen nothingness? What did they know? According to multiple post-war intelligence leaks and whistleblower claims, the Nazis discovered or built a hidden base in Antarctica, deep within the mountains of Neuschwabenland. They called it Base 211. Theorists believe it was self-sustaining, using geothermal heat, accessed via underwater tunnels near the coast, designed as a fallback refuge in case of a global defeat. But here's where things get chilling. U-boats were documented traveling toward Antarctica even after Germany surrendered in 1945. 2 U-boats disappeared completely, with reports suggesting they carried high-ranking Nazi officials and mysterious cargo. Argentina and Chile both reported strange German activity in their southernmost regions for years after the war. Could Base 211 have existed? Did elements of the Nazi regime escape and survive under Antarctica? Now we enter the realm of theory, but it's a theory shared even by some military historians. What if the Nazis weren't just building bunkers? What if they were excavating something already there? Some declassified CIA documents mention German interest in ancient Sanskrit texts, Vimana blueprints, and energy weapons. Hitler himself was obsessed with ancient civilizations, lost knowledge, and the occult. Could Antarctica have been the missing piece? Many believe the Nazis discovered non-human artifacts, or at the very least ancient technology from a civilization long erased from human memory. Whatever they found, they guarded it with their lives, and maybe even died trying to master it. As we mentioned earlier, Operation Highjump, led by Admiral Richard Byrd in 1946-47, was presented as a peaceful research expedition. But here's the deeper story. Some claim the mission was actually an assault on Nazi remnants in Base 211. Details include U.S. ships being attacked by unknown flying objects, planes mysteriously crashing mid-air, a massive underground facility with advanced tech and weaponry beyond human capability. Admiral Byrd's post-mission statements were cryptic. The greatest threat to mankind comes from the South Pole. Soon after, all mention of Nazi bases or encounters was wiped clean from official records. Why, what did they fight or fail to destroy under the ice? Following Operation Highjump, Antarctica became one of the most restricted and sealed-off locations on Earth. The Antarctic Treaty, 1959, banned all military activity and territorial claims. No civilian or independent nations could explore beyond certain zones. Research was heavily regulated, and satellite imaging became limited in certain regions. Ask yourself, if Antarctica is truly just a cold, desolate wasteland, why the global effort to control it, hide it, and silence it? Whether or not Nazi Germany discovered something under Antarctica, the fact remains, they went there, they took it seriously, and many believe they never left. And today, the same silence that once shrouded their actions continues to cover the continent. But if the Nazis were after ancient secrets, lost energy, or even otherworldly contact, who's to say the billionaires of today aren't continuing the very same mission?